and try to keep the infrastructure there. There's a lot of new incoming recruits for you guys.
Yeah, there is. Every recruiting class is special for one reason or another. Last year's class was special because it was my first one here at UND, so always going to have great memories of them. This one's special because this is going to be the group that kind of continues the momentum going forward. This is the group that we've had kind of the full recruiting cycle to get to know. Last year's class was a little bit rushed because we kind of came in late in the process.
Sure.
This one, you have that time to develop the relationships, and you feel like you really know them as people and players when you spend that much time on the phone and emails with them. Also, the 14 class, I didn't have my assistant Steph Webb on staff yet, so I was kind of a one-man show, just kind of running with my head cut off, sort of, so to speak. And this class, we had a little bit better feel on what we needed, where we were going. We played a Big Sky Conference schedule already, so we knew kind of what the competition was. So I think that this class is just going to build off of what we did with 14 and what the returners have done in the transition period, and we're not looking back.
What were some of the major things that you were looking for in this class? A lot of your girls are signing this afternoon, so we can't talk specifics, but what were some of the major things that you were looking for and you think are going to be on the UND campus next fall?
Yeah. Well, first, when you graduate a player like Christy Hestelin in goal, we were left with one player in the net, so we had to make sure that we had some personnel in that part of the field. Really looking in the attack, we need to bolster up our midfield and our forward lines. That's the great thing about soccer is players are very versatile. So you get a kid who played at high school as a defensive player, you can make him go forward in college very easily. Probably more so than maybe in football where some of those players aren't interchangeable. But soccer, you really can change players up over the course of even a couple months, put them in a new part of the field. So we're really looking for this class to help bolster that midfield and that front line attack and give us more of a scoring punch, which I think will also then alleviate the stress on the defense. If we can sustain that attack, and have more numbers and keep those fresh legs running in, keep the ball on the other end, it's kind of hard to score from 80 yards away for the other team.
What's maybe the one thing that stands out to you about this class? What do you like the most that you see? Obviously, it's going to be a pretty big number, but I mean, how do you kind of quantify that and say what are some of the best things that you like?
Well, I think right off the bat, you're looking at athleticism. I think the class in general is going to be an athletic class. And really at this level, you got to have that competitive desire. These kids, they're animals. That's what we talk about in the office. We keep using that term animal. That these kids want to get better. They want to win, and they don't care if it's a game of cards. They don't care if it's a practice or a game. They attack everything with the same passion and energy on and off the field. Great students in the classroom, great people that we've gotten to know, the families that they're coming from. I think that's one of the things in the recruiting process that can easily go overlooked is where do these kids come from?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a great environment, they're typically going to be great people and, great people to work with. You're going to be able to push them. You're going to be able to develop them as players and people. And if they come from, bad situations, it's going to be a struggle. But every single one of these kids, we've gotten to know their families as well, and they're just great people.
One question from the fans, not Eric, asks, how are you going to take women's soccer to the next level?
Well, I think this class is going to help us get to that level. We're now doing things now, even in our training sessions in the spring. Since we've gotten back from semester break, we're already talking about things that we've never had a chance to talk about before with this group. Now we're really breaking down the tactical side of the game. It's not just about proper technique, but now it's okay. We got the technique down. What about our runs? We were just talking with one of our forwards last night about losing the defenders, getting lost in the blind side things that are pretty advanced soccer tactically. That just 2 years ago, I don't think we could have talked about with this group. So now you have a great base of technical and tactical knowledge that you're now adding these athletic, talented kids to. And I think you're going to see UND soccer in conference championships, right around the corner. Not to mention the fact that the facilities that we're getting with the high performance center coming online. That's just going to continue the player development now all year round. It's really becoming a top level program here.
Coach Kellogg, we thank you for joining us, and we appreciate you coming on our live coverage. We'll be switching back next to football, more assistant coaches. Coming up next, capped off with Bubba Schweigert as we bring you more coverage here on UND Insider Weekly's Football Signing Day Special.